Hello dear students! In this video I'm going to go over both our syllabus and Canvas page. So let's check it out. First thing I want you to do is access our Canvas page, and we are this one here with the cat. So what you see is a welcome letter, which you should have received by now, with information about our class and its logistics. So please make sure to check that out so that you can be prepared for our course. Next thing is this flyer that I have created, my communication plan, and it says how you'll be able to contact me and how I'll be able to contact you. So this is my email, of course, and you can also use the Canvas inbox. We have a cafe lounge with a Q&A board where I'll show you where that is, and I'll do my best to respond in 24 hours or less. I'll communicate with you through weekly videos that I'll make in each module, as well as your inbox on Canvas and email address. So that is the welcome thing that you see. Additionally, we have our syllabus, which is this one. So I'm going to go over that one right now, so please make sure to open this document so that you can follow along. So I have it open. Let's check it out together. Here we have my favorite animal, which is the panda, welcoming us all aboard to our class. Here's my name and email and office hours. Please let me know if you want to meet or if you want to set up a Zoom. Please let me know. I'm here to help. Here's our course description for our section. Please check that out. And below is the intro that I have written for us. And it says, "Welcome to English C1000E. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing, and more broadly speaking, composition, impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us." So as you can see, our composition class theme is the human experience, and I've done my best to have interesting topics that I hope you'll enjoy. So the first bit of news is a good one. We're going to be using an OER as our available resource, and it's free 99. Yes, my friends, you heard correctly. So this is the link for it. Let's check it out. And even though I'm going to do my best to teach everything that you need to know for our 1000E section, but if you still have some questions, like let's say about, organizing or something, you can click here and get more info on that. So this is our free resource that if you still have questions about things, you can access at any moment. So beyond that, you don't have to buy a book because I'll be providing everything through Canvas. So those are great news. For our materials, you need to have a way to annotate our reading. So whether you like to print out the materials and use a highlighter, or if you're going to do it directly onto the documents, the PDFs and things like that, then perhaps you can get a tablet so that you can get a stylus and annotate. And obviously access to Canvas. If you have any issues with Canvas, make sure to speak to our tech support and they'll help you. So our online space, because this section's online, netiquette is at the center of it, and that means remember the human, and it's important to be respectful not only from student to student, but also when you address me. So you wouldn't, hopefully in real life, face to face, flagrantly insult someone. Now, part of living in a society, much like our own class, is that you're not always going to agree with the ideas of people around you, but it's perfectly normal to disagree with a person's idea, but that does not give license to attack them directly or use hate speech, as that will not be allowed. So additionally, when you're addressing me, just like you address one another with respect, you are going to be respectful to me and your other teachers, and that means running a spell check before you send a message. You can call me Mr. Godoy or Professor Godoy. I'm not your homie or home slice or anything like that. So respect goes a very long way. Please don't hesitate to reach out. If for anything you have questions or concerns, you can contact me through my email address, which you see at the start of our syllabus. Additionally, you can use the inbox. And the other thing too, I'm going to publish our module every Sunday, and I'm just going to have videos of lessons and the overview and everything you need to know for that week. So that's how you can expect to interact with one another. It's called regular and substantive interaction. So that's not only as you're interacting with one another, but also with me. So just look out. Every Sunday I'm going to have videos published, and every week is going to have its own module. A module is just a section where we have all the work for the week. And please, additionally, we're going to have a Q&A space, which I called Cafe Lounge. So this is a space that I'm going to look at throughout the term. And if you have questions, I'll be able to post a response there. Maybe it's something that your other classmates would also benefit from. If you send a message over the weekend, please allow at least till Monday for us a response, because it's the weekend, y'all. Of course, we're going to have readings, so make sure that you do them. From time to time, there will be a little low-stakes quiz to make sure that you did the reading. It'll be a comprehension thing. So if you did it, you'll be good. So how I was saying, every week, we're going to have all our work in a module. So this week is week 1, so you're responsible for module 1. And that will be all the assignments, and I'm also going to have an overview video where I'll go over what we will do for that given week. So it's important that you stay on top of your work, because you can't make up an entire module. Though we do have a late essay pass and late homework pass. And actually, I want to go to that one. There we go. So for the late essay pass, you can turn in any of the first, because we have 4 essays, any of the first 3, you can turn it up to 2 days after its deadline. Just let me know if you want to do that, and there will be no point deduction. But beyond that, it would be a 10% point deduction for every day late. So make sure that you stay on top of that. And just communicate, that's the main thing. Keep an open line of communication at all times with me, with all your teachers. It's very important that you be proactive and just take ownership of your of your job and career as a student. So typically we're going to have discussion boards as part of our modules, and when we do, please write in at least a hearty paragraph, a thoughtful response, and you're also going to reply to at least one classmate to get full credit, and at least 2 meaty sentences. Just like in real life, when you're talking about a subject with your friend and you're impelling the conversation forward, then so too in the same way, you want to keep moving it forward, right? It's not good to just say, yeah, I agree, or that's cool, because that shuts down the conversation. You want to continue it. How I mentioned, we have 4 main essays throughout our class, and for each of those, we'll be following a writing process. Everything from front-loading the topic to an outlining to a rough draft and workshop, all before the final draft, because writing is a process. So it's very important that you log in and do your work, especially this first week, because this lets me know who's actually in the class, and I usually drop students that don't reach out and don't log in any work on that first week. So this week is all the more important, and if you're logging in, doing the work, then you're in attendance. So these dates are important. This is the last date to drop without a W for us. It's the 27th of October. Last day to drop this class is on the 19th of November. So when you submit when you submit an assignment through our Canvas assignment link, please make sure to convert into Doc, DocX, or PDF formats. If you're using Google Docs, it's important to convert it into one of these. And it's your responsibility to make sure that the file goes through. Sometimes there's technical issues, but you gotta make sure it goes through. And obviously don't wait until the last moment to turn it in, because that ensures that you won't have those issues, right? You want to get your work in early, on time. Don't wait till the last moment. I talked about late work. I talked about the late essay. For the late homework pass, that counts for everything that is not like a real-time assignment. What that means is something like a discussion board can't be made up because there's a set time when the discussion board opens and it closes, right? Additionally, we're going to have peer review workshop that happens in real time when it starts at a certain time and it ends at a certain time, so you can't make that up. But for late homework pass, that could be something like an outline, a write-up, something like that. Like maybe there's a worksheet that is part of our week's assignment. And for that one, you could turn it up to a day late. But just let me know if you want to use that. Okay, so another big thing is revisions. You can revise for a better grade any of the first 3 essays. Just let me know when you do so. At least a week after it's been scored. Just let me know if you want to revise. And you can actually work with the Writing Center, and we have our own embedded tutor. Bismarck, if you're seeing this, hello Bismarck, very grateful for your support. So if you work with Bismarck or embedded tutor or someone in the Writing Center, it's 10 points extra if you do that. But that's like when you're turning in the essay. But yeah, you can revise absolutely for a better score. The other thing is academic honesty. Do your own work. Plagiarism involves taking credit for another person's work. And a big thing in our class is giving credit where credit is due. We're going to zero in on citation practices and why this is all important. Just so you know, everything that you turn in will go through a Turnitin filter that I have established within our assignment links. No, you don't have to make an account. So for AI too, just make sure you're doing your work, not having AI do it. The Turnitin filter also has a detector for that. So just make sure, just do your own work. Any cheating or academic dishonesty will result in a 0 and can be reported to Office of Student Affairs. It's not worth it. Just do your work. I'm here to help. Our embedded tutor, Bismarck, is here to help. We're actually going to have a section on our Canvas page where he'll be able to reach out to you, and you can email him for have a Zoom or just get some help. So we're very grateful for Bismarck's help. He's our own tutor in our class. He's been my tutor for many semesters now, so he knows my assignments and he knows how to best help you. So here's the info on our Writing Center. It's located in ED 113, but you can reach out to them if you want to Zoom or set up a meeting with them. Remember, it's 10 points extra credit if you do go to Writing Center before submitting any final draft. They'll give you proof of it, a slip, and so it's extra credit. So sometimes we're having a hard day or we just got to talk to someone. We actually have a mental health student counselor at our school at the student center. So this is their info. If you have DSPS accommodations, please make sure to get that settled as soon as possible so you can get the documentation to me. Just so you know, by law, I'm a mandated reporter. So that means any signs of things like self-harm or abuse or things like sexual harassment or things like that, I'm by law obligated to report. As Citrus is a safe space. So sometimes too, life gets difficult. There could be housing insecurity or food insecurity. We have a basic needs coordinator here that you can email. So there's help with that. If you ever have food insecurity or housing insecurity. We also have a new Dream Resource Center. So this deals with things like immigration and for documented students and undocumented students. So this is their info. Here's our info on tech support. Please check that out. As it's an online class, their help is invaluable. So just so you can get a little bit of ideas of what our points will look like in our class, here is that info. Here's our dog. He's happy we got through our syllabus. You can always check your grade through Canvas. And whatever syllabus, whatever calendar you see on Canvas will always be the most current one. Every week, we're we have our module, so you can check that out. It's our calendar. So you can check that out. Now let's take a look at our Canvas. So as I was saying, it's a Start Here section, welcome letter, communication plan, syllabus. Here's our OER link that I was mentioning. Here's the home page for our writing center. Here is team building. So throughout our class, we'll have opportunity. You can share a meme, a picture of your dog. Maybe you just did a hike or something to build community. Of course, something appropriate. So I'll show you how that works. I'm going to post my favorite type of cat, which is a British short hair cat. So let's pretend, oh, this one looks cute. Let's see. Let's find our picture. Maybe this one. So once you get your picture that you want to post, so I just dragged it out. If you go to reply, you can just drag it in. I think that's the easiest way. You could do that, or you can go to insert image. But I think this is the easiest way. So check this out, guys. I'm gonna go, meow. I'm your class cat. Give me a name. Did you know you can make a cat with your keyboard? Boom, boom. So that is, you can post a picture of your pet or anything like that. I want to show you, you can also post a video. So let's see. Let's say pretend we go to YouTube. Dodgers, I'm so happy. They're in the World Series. They made it. This game was really exciting. Let's pretend you wanted to post this video. So if you go here to share, you don't want this link because this is the link to the actual video. You want the embed code. So go to embed, go here. This is all the embed code. You copy all of this, copy. So once you've copied that, then if you go to a new comment, if you're going to go to reply to create a new post, so you go here where it says insert, and then you're going to go to embed. This is where we can paste our embed code. And bada bing, bada boom, voila, we got ourselves our video. So that's how you do that. This will be, it's not for points, but it's a place for us to build community. Share pictures of your pet, or maybe you just rode a bike to an epic place and you want to share that. So that is that. So let's see. Oh, so here is our first week's module. We have, first of all, our icebreaker. And this is a place for you to introduce yourself. First thing you're going to do is upload your picture to your profile if you haven't done so. So you would just click here where it says account, then go to profile, and then you'll click here to upload your picture if you haven't done so already. So some things that you can say, obviously your name, if you have a major, something you'd like to share about yourself. So that is that. Please reply to at least a classmate that's supposed to get full credit. This is due, mostly things will be due by Sunday. So this will be due by Sunday. Here's our contract. After watching this video, a couple of frequently asked questions that you can look at. Here's our lesson for the week. And please watch the video of the lesson. There's the documents and the PowerPoint for it too. And this discussion board, which I talk about in the lesson. So everything is here. Please check it out. So, like I said, every week we'll have a module. Just do the work and you'll be good. So, like I said, our embedded tutor will have his own section where he can reach out to you, and you have that. Also, you have his email address. So, check your grade. That is our, please make sure always check your announcements too. Sometimes I'll have announcements. That is a little tour of our Canvas. Welcome to the class, y'all, and thanks for checking out our syllabus and Canvas guide.